Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the IAA Mobility Visionary Club. We are coming to you today from the Munich Urban Collab, where the Future Tech Days are taking place. Startups and corporates are coming together to share ideas and energy. Someone who knows a lot about sharing is my next guest. I'm so pleased to welcome you here, Kirsten Hegner. You're the Managing Director of Digital Hub Mobility. Wonderful to be here.
Hi, Sarah. It's great to have you here. Welcome.
What a space you've got. Tell me a little bit, what is Munich Urban Collab? What is this space?
Well, Sarah, in technical terms, it's a public-private partnership between the City of Munich and Unternehmertum. Unternehmertum, again, is Europe's biggest center for entrepreneurship and innovation. We're also called the Startup Factory of Germany.
Okay, very cool.
And this building is made to host companies, startups, and innovation clusters in the area of mobility and smart city.
Okay.
So anybody who wants to work in that field and wants to be inspired and so on can come here.
I can see why you would find it inspiring. There's a lot of soaring glass ceilings, wonderful natural light, which we've all missed being at home on our little Zoom screens. Tell me a little bit more about how startups benefit from being in this particular ecosystem.
Actually, Sarah, they benefit like everybody else. And let me add one more thing to your previous question. I've had the chance to work in this new building for 1 year now. And I know that a lot of companies are hustling to get their employees back to work.
This is true.
To the physical workplace. And people have gotten used to home office and so on. I come here every day and I love it. So that's what also, in the first place, startups would benefit from when they come here. It's a great place to work. It's very inspiring, and it's got a great ecosystem here. They will always find somebody to exchange their ideas, to probe their ideas, to companies that they might have a proof of concepts with, and so on. That's really the purpose of this building, to get the different players together.
So tell me a little bit more about how Munich Urban Collab is facilitating collaboration. Why should startups come here?
Yeah. So first of all, Unternehmertum is, like I said, the Startup Factory of Germany. It's a unique ecosystem and it offers all kinds of different formats for startups. So you can have very early stage startups here that really learn how to improve their business plan. We have an incubator, we have an accelerator, and we have all kinds of formats. We have great mentors for these startups. So this is the service of Unternehmertum, and it's all non-for-profit. So Unternehmertum doesn't take equity, for example, in startups. They get access to capital, and that's really the most important incentive for startups to come here.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So tell me a little bit about the City of Munich. Why is it such a special place for mobility startups to come?
Well, that's because Digital Hub Mobility is here, one reason. We've also got great OEMs. We've got BMW is here, great tier one suppliers, and an ecosystem. That's what an ecosystem is. It consists of different players. And let me say a little more about Digital Hub Mobility. We're the leading ecosystem in Germany for sustainable mobility. Now, what does that mean? Mobility is extremely complex. No one single company, no single city, and no single startup can really make a change on their own. A lot of startups come around and say, hey, we're going to disrupt mobility. Don't believe them. It's impossible. It doesn't work that way. You always need established corporations. You need the new ideas and the disruption potential of a startup, but you also need the city that will go along, because mobility always takes place in the public space. And people make choices. They choose their transportation options, and so their behavior has to change. And that's what we do. We bring these relevant players together. We do collaborative, leading-edge experiments, for example, in the sphere of urban electrical charging, blockchain-based solar charging, and things like that, but also urban design projects to improve the livability of the cities. So all of that is how an ecosystem works. And once it's got a certain momentum, it feeds on itself. So it gets bigger and better all the time.
Sounds like Munich has a lot going for it. I hear the beer is not bad as well for those after-work drinks.
There's also a lot of choice in the beer, yes. And so I can only say, come and join us. Come here and join us.
Very good. Sounds like an open invitation. Kirsten Hegner, the Managing Director of the Digital Hub Mobility, thank you for being our guest today.
Thanks for having me.
If you enjoyed this episode of the IAA Mobility Visionary Club, be sure to check out our other interviews here in the Munich CoLab. We're talking to stakeholders, startups, and corporates. I'll see you there.